Grammy Awards 2025. 3rd February, Monday, 7 a.m. on Rock Entertainment.
Please help me. Cardo kidnapped me.
Hey, what are you doing? Fine. Look, she's trying to run us out. What's your problem? Cardo, look. Give me that. Give that back.
We all have bounties on our heads.
And he should not get away with it.
Give me another shot, madam. All I need is another chance to get back at Cardo.
That's enough.
Crush Cardo, but I have to secure my daughter first.
Not now. You're getting on my nerves. Welcome to Barney's World.
This is gonna be the best day ever!
Where we play the most fun games.
Wow!
And sing songs.
I love it!
Just say his name and he'll be there.
Hey, Barney!
Hey, friends!
Join us in Barney's World. New episode, Saturday, 8 a.m. on Cartoonito.
Start your engines.
Got your seatbelts on?
For the ultimate talk show.
This thing rips!
All Girls Garage, tonight 8:30 on Turbo.
The TVWAN. BSP, our bank, our people.
Hello and thanks for joining us. This is TVWAN News. In this edition, Health Authority reviews plan, New Island School faces challenges, and Whistle maintains track record. The NCD Provincial Health Authority is reviewing its 5-year strategic plan. The NCD-PHA Strategic Health Services Development Plan will set the roadmap for NCD-PHA to deliver essential health services to the people of NCD.
With essential health services still a need, NCD Provincial Health Authority, an entity responsible for delivering health services, is currently reviewing its 5-year Strategic Health Services Development Plan. A workshop was hosted on Friday, January 24th, that brought together NCD-PHA senior executives, the directors and line managers to put together ideas to develop the plan. The ultimate goal is to have the final draft of the plan ready for NCD-PHA board review and endorsement by March 2025.
The insights that you share and the work that you contribute will influence the course of healthcare delivery in our province and will provide the blueprint for how we want to address the health issues and the evolving health needs of the National Capital District.
Acting CEO Robin Oge said once the plan is endorsed, it will create a platform for funding opportunities.
This document will be very important to the Office of the Governor and other stakeholders to inform funding. This is what they will use to put funding into. So they can have a vision of the entire province and how the health service will go in the next 5 years.
Oge told the executives that when putting in ideas, they must consider the challenges and ensure that the ideas put forward must achieve those challenges.
We draw up this document, you have to consider our challenges as well, so that we don't draw up a document that's as far above as the heavens we cannot achieve. We must put up a document and a plan that is within the challenges and the constraints that we face and that can be achieved.
Mr. Oge is urging the executives to have a shared vision, work collaboratively, and ensure they get the plan prepared by March for its endorsement.
Which we will get the board to endorse by the end of March. In order to achieve that target, teamwork is crucial. We must work together. An individual cannot complete this document. You'll be given sections. So it is a shared responsibility. Take your work seriously. Be fully engaged in this. And as leaders within this organization, you are not only tasked with contributing to the specific sections of the document, but you must also foster collaboration or collaborative spirit amongst your team members and the people that you work with.
Meanwhile, Oge thanked the NCD-PHA executives for the establishment of the clinical service plan for the Level 5 Tete Hospital. He said since the groundbreaking ceremony, a project steering committee led by representatives from the Department of Prime Minister was established to oversee the project. Oge said so far the first phase of the hospital is progressing well. Once planning preparation is finalized, construction will begin.
Hospital. That project is going forward. The project steering committee has already been formed for that project, led by someone from the Prime Minister's department. Once the clinical service plan that you put together, no one else did the clinical service plan, you did it. So that clinical service plan will be replicated in the new hospital that's coming up. It will be a 300-bed hospital. Thank you. It will be a 300-bed hospital with 277 inpatient beds and 33 outpatient beds.
Oktari Mining inaugurated its first mental health clinic at the Tabubil Hospital recently, a milestone in its commitment to mental health support. The clinic, spearheaded by OTML's Health Services Department, will provide a comprehensive range of services, including counseling, therapy, educational resources, and awareness workshops to address the stigma surrounding mental health. OTML's Manager of Health Services, Raymond Singamis, revealed plans to develop a memorandum of understanding with Lalaki Psychiatric Hospital to strengthen referral pathways and ensure access to expert assistance. The clinic has also received praise from Lalaki Psychiatric Hospital, commending OTML for easing the strain on national inpatient mental health services. This is TV1 News. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more stories after the break.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase EasyPay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo in milk taste and added nutrients, Milo in milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG and Mia. Find PNG made.
The Toyota JD Hiace bus comes in 14 and 15-seater high-roof luxury model powered by 2.8 liters JD engine for optimal performance output, fuel efficiency, and quietness. Designed with improved safety features and easy maneuverability for tire steering angle. The Hiace lift suspension and annular frame structure is opted for smooth ride, comfort, and safety. Experience the ride on the Hiace bus and experience the Hiace pride. The bus that exceeds all expectation.
A quick favorite meal for the day does feel good. Snacks noodles is my choice for a simple meal. It is easy to prepare and fast to cook. And with a touch of flavor and ingredients, quality noodles that can be cooked and enjoyed in many different ways. You see, my whole family loves it. It's made here in PNG and comes in different pack sizes. Snacks noodles, tastier but you like it more.
All right, man. Show me some good slippers around here.
Boss man.
Good, you want. Strong like you, smart like me.
Yeah, I hope they don't break.
Now surely look his son. This is Relaxo. Strong plus thread. Should I try them on you?
No, please. I'll take them.
Relaxo. Very strong, lasts long.
Dancing his way for the touchdown.
You got the Super Bowl fever? No medicine gonna cure that except watching the big game. Call in sick. Trust me.
And space again for Jamie. Oh, she's a mover. Bang, bang. Here's Big Royce Hunt. Lovely kick try. The hammer slices through all of them and got it down.
We've all been through a lot last several years.
But life is all about
family.
I will not answer one more question with my shirt on.
Welcome to Platteville, Thursdays 9:30 on TLC.
Welcome back. Central Police have recently recovered a stolen vehicle belonging to Chinese and Bangladesh nationals. Provincial Police Commander Acting Superintendent Joseph Saleh said police found the vehicle, a Toyota Prado V8, at 15 Mile on Friday, January 24th, and returned the vehicle to its owners. Saleh said more than 7 suspects armed with homemade pistols and offensive weapons forcefully entered the plywood business yard at Moduguba, Laloki along the Hiritano Highway and stole the vehicle, 30,000 kina worth of cash, and 3 smartphones. The suspects ransacked the premises, injuring 3 Chinese and 1 Bangladesh nationals in the process of stealing and making away with the vehicle, cash and phones. PPC Saleh said the police officers, upon receiving a tip-off, responded and recovered the stolen vehicle at 15 Mile area. He said investigations are underway to locate the suspects involved. In 2023, 80 Pioneer Grade 12 students of New Hanover Secondary School at Konomatalik in New Island Province missed out on selections. A trip to the isolated Lavangai Rural LLG revealed the dire situation that islanders are forced to accept, from mismanagement to running the school on a credit basis and suspending classes without proper authorization. Frustrated Lavangai residents are calling on the Department of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology to help their children get a better chance at education.
The Lavongai rural local level government in New Ireland province is cut off from the rest of the world due to the vandalism of telecommunication towers in 2010. Since then, both residents and visitors alike won't be able to communicate or use social media once they take the 2-hour trip from KVN mainland to the beautiful New Hanover Island. The island's high school reached secondary status in 2023 when it enrolled 8 pioneer grade 12 students at the New Hanover Secondary School at Konomatalik. When selection lists were out in 2024, it was discovered that the students of New Hanover had missed out on tertiary selections. At that time, this newsroom contacted the head teacher, Frederick Mahisu, who said he is checking with the Department of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology to find out why. A visit to Lavongai Secondary by this newsroom revealed a trend of ad hoc suspension of classes, confusion with the curriculum, a rift between the community and school management due to unpaid services, and local fights that disrupt classes. However, for the grade 12 class of 2023, school chaplain Pastor Abel Tien said with no Wi-Fi, they were not able to get the students to open their national online application system accounts.
Sa doon sa selection ibinikam because lo yan nugat network ano sim na menu plus something or students lo duwe lo amba mi kulimo sa menu plus something lo wala o sa time lo technology na wala malim salim sa lo internet so no bin starting mo account bo sa lo Google sim na bin ka disla faul ka online lo education lo bin kam so disla time lo bin kam bin late do some close to time na jam by start o sim na no hat access blong no go through no Google's na starting all accounts blong only been starting but I think no been reaching all no must be all come starting late.
Lavongai's grade 12 class of 2023 had to start looking for spaces in tertiary institutions themselves, with only a few managing to continue their education in vocational schools in KVN and the nearby East New Britain province. Aside from no network coverage and constant fighting, the school has been without electricity for over 4 years, with the school's board chairman Feldman Isaac saying students are still unable to study at night.
No, because something now we play facing the school and through low electricity. No, since 2019, 18 di kamenta, school have been stopped to that. All school have been to that. Ino been got generator, got generator as well. I think they got four bla lo staff room. Na to bla Texas house tamblo, one planta lo principal. Na all school have been got power. Na sila na been affecting school.
The school leaders, including parents on the island, are urging the relevant education agencies to look into the operation of not just the secondary school, but also the elementary and primary schools. All schools on New Hanover have been suspended all of last year due to 8 long months of fighting on the island. Susan Oreape, TVWAN News.
Transgogolin Ambenob local level government of Medang province is known for law and order issues. In the last 5 years, brutal attacks and lawlessness have been rife, causing nil government services to reach the area. But this year, the people of EEL have made it their responsibility to drive education initiatives with the help of Medang Rural Development Foundation.
This initiative started in 2021, co-funded and supported by the Kokoda Trek Foundation in partnership with the Medang Rural Development Foundation and the local level government to drive early childhood learning. The foundation chairman and founder, Kurere Matanzana, is an ambitious young man delivering small but significant initiatives for his communities. He is assisting Council John Nagulul to make it happen. The Ambenob Local level government has clustered communities. However, they are sparsely located in the hard-to-reach areas high up in the mountains beside Kokun and the Gogol rivers. Council Gulul thanked Matanzana for delivering to his word and hope that the community gets it right by focusing on transforming the future generation. Head teacher for Bao Primary School, Naikena Sesuki, says the new education policy is effective. However, due to the isolated geographical settings of communities, parents are unable to obtain vital information about the changes made by policymakers or the government, resulting in confusion and lack of understanding of the new education curriculum. Sesuki added that with the implementation of the curriculum, students will now be enrolled according to their ages. The EL community was encouraged to support early childhood education. He says it is entirely up to the communities to sustain elementary schools in terms of infrastructure, training of teachers, remuneration, and resources. Amele Primary School deputy head teacher Belinda Kosom challenged parents to instill good character and knowledge into children while they are still at an early age. Special guest at the event was Kim Allen, who encouraged parents and students to embrace education and not take it for granted. Susan Oriape, TVWAN News.
Jack's of PNG celebrated the opening of its 7th store, Jack's Waterfront, marking a milestone in the company's journey of growth and success. Jack's of PNG opened its 7th store at the Waterfront Mall, celebrating a new chapter in its business expansion. Speaking on behalf of Jack's PNG, Catherine Tawali expressed gratitude to their valued customers, partners, suppliers, and the dedicated Jack's team for their contributions to the store's success.
As we open the doors of Jack's Waterfront today, we do so with great excitement for what lies ahead. This store represents not just our growth, but our commitment to consistently improving, evolving, and providing exceptional service and quality. It is with great pride that I now declare Jack's Waterfront officially open. Let's make this space a place of connection, joy, and shared success for the years to come.
Ms. Tawali extended thanks to the Waterfront Mall management team for their trust in the brand and to the contractors and collaborators who brought the vision to life. Key acknowledgements went to GBG Builders Construction Limited, SBS Electrical, Color Studio, Wintop Limited and Jack's IT department for their outstanding efforts in the store's development. The Jack's Waterfront team, led by retail manager Timothy Eddy and supported by retail corporate manager Vagi Kome, was praised for their dedication and hard work.
Customers are excited that yes, we bring service closer to them, and then some of them for traveling distance to Vision City and Waigani. Now we have the location just right in around the town area, Konedobu. We currently recruit 6 new staffs, 3 male and 3 female, and the other 6 staffs the old staffs. So as a total, 12 staff altogether for Waterfront. For opening, we have special 50 kina purchase and above, you will receive a PNG cap for free, and 200 kina purchase and above, you will receive a duffel bag for free, and 1,000 kina and above, you will receive an umbrella for free.
Ms. Tawali and Timothy acknowledged its loyal customers, describing them as the heart of the company and the inspiration behind its continued growth. Jack's Waterfront is committed to offering a refined shopping experience and quality service to customers at the Waterfront Mall. And now for the finance news. The kina closed unchanged at $0.2494 US in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying $0.2419 US, $0.3815 Australian dollars, 0.2234 euro and 37.4 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, all closed higher except crude oil closed lower and copra closed the day unchanged. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed lower, ASX closed lower, and all ordinaries closed higher. You're watching TVWAN News. We'll have news abroad after these short messages. Stay with us.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
Hiya, Mama. You wait time, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Magical cuddle, get up a big smile on face. Time for Kim chicken, a great kumutu. Sip, sip, the moo, yes, magic on you.
Magic, the taste PNG loves.
In its first 10 years, the PNG LNG project has had a long-lasting impact, contributing more than 28 billion kina to the state of Papua New Guinea. Equity distributions are paid to KPHL and MRDC based on the interest they hold. Tax is paid to the IRC, while development levy and royalties are paid to DPE. For more information on direct and indirect benefits, visit PNG EITI's website.
Rugby has never been as hot as it is right now.
This upcoming Six Nations is the moment.
The interception comes from Lowe, and Lowe is away.
The pressure, the intensity. All you can ever do is be ready.
Ready for war?
The greatest game of all is back.
Oh my goodness!
The glory.
He's gonna score!
And passion. Wow! A season that changes everything.
Start your engines.
You got your seatbelts on?
For the ultimate talk show.
Man, this thing rips!
All Girls Garage. Tonight, 8:30 on Turbo.
Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. The New Zealand government has announced changes to visitor visas, permitting remote work for foreign companies while in the country. The so-called digital nomads include visitors such as IT specialists, as long as they are not receiving any income from New Zealand sources. It would also extend to influencers, provided they were being paid by overseas companies. These changes would apply to all visitor visas, including tourists and people visiting family. Visitor visas can be extended for up to 9 months, although the government warned that working in New Zealand for more than 90 days could require them to declare themselves as a New Zealand tax resident. Western Australians have marked Australia Day with a diverse range of events, from citizenship ceremonies to community gatherings. But there was also recognition of the complex feelings many people hold towards the day, with Indigenous elders appealing for unity and respect.
From an ocean swim in Esperance to barbecues in Broome and tennis on the beach in Geraldton. It was a chance to catch up with family and friends for some.
We've been doing this for the last 30-odd years.
While others were celebrating a big milestone.
Congratulations, you are all Australian citizens.
It's been tough and it's been great as well, but I think I'm looking forward to the brighter future.
So I've got to go to work after this. Still contributing to the society, communities.
Here in South Perth, 100 people from 37 different countries celebrated becoming Australian citizens. But some other councils, including Mosman Park and Fremantle, have decided to hold the citizenship ceremony on a different date.
Australia Day marks the arrival of the First Fleet and is referred to by some as Invasion Day. In Bunbury, some community members held a moment of silence at the Wadandi Memorial Park, a reburial site for ancestral remains.
It was a time for our people to have a space to talk about how they feel about Australia Day. Now I'm topped up with that sort of spiritual feeling and that confidence and that process of healing that I can be able to cope for the rest of the day.
Noongar elders called for respect and empathy.
I know it's our Australia Day today, but please, this is our mourning time. We have mourned for many, many years. Give us that support and love, and so that we can continue and be one happy nation.
We should take the opportunity to just create an inclusive, safe and happy and prosperous community.
The Sky Show in Perth's CBD is expected to draw 100,000 people to the banks of the Swan River on Sunday evening.
It has been a day of celebration and reflection as people gather to mark Australia Day. Thousands line the harbour foreshore for a spectacular show on the water and in the sky. But the day started with contemplation and solemn ceremonies recognising Indigenous Australians.
Before the first light, a tribute to the first people to call Australia home, appearing on the sails of our most famous house. As the sun rose on a sunburnt country, crowds gathered at Bondi Beach and Barangaroo, observing Indigenous rituals. A symbol of reconciliation on a national day with a divisive date. Side by side at Parramatta, the newest Aussies sang their new anthem.
Combine to advance Australia fair.
As people from around the world pledged loyalty at 280 citizenship ceremonies around the country.
I'm very happy and proud to receive my Australian citizenship.
This is the happiest day of my life, probably. This country has welcomed us with open arms.
Then minutes before midday, a 21-gun salute before the Air Force turned acrobatic as the roulettes rolled in. And then the faithful ferries dashed across the harbour, setting the pace for a frenetic show before the final act. A Seahawk helicopter paraded the Australian flag across the sky as crowds gathered at Circular Quay. Some claimed there was no better place to be.
This is the hub of Australia right here.
The boats were in their Sunday best and spectators dressed up too.
Happy Australia Day!
Around 3,500 people are expected to gather outside the Opera House tonight for the grand finale. A concert featuring big-name Aussie artists including Paulini and Ben Lee. And for the first time, audience members who can't hear the music will be able to feel it through vests translating radio frequency into vibrations.
A community on Victoria's south coast has banded together to make beach holidays more accessible to people with disabilities. Port Campbell's Surf Lifesaving Club hosted an accessibility day on its beach last year, and it prompted local businesses to think about how they could make changes to attract tourists and special mobility needs.
The beach at Port Campbell is John Wilson's happy place, but for 30 years he couldn't touch the ocean.
I guess at the time I didn't worry too much about it because I thought, oh well, that's what it is.
But that changed when John attended a beach inclusion day at the Surf Lifesaving Club last summer.
To suddenly find that there's ways of being able to access the beach, it's very special.
The community recognised an opportunity to make a difference. In the years since, accessible matting, beach wheelchairs and walking frames have been donated to the club, and local business owners got on board.
I became more aware of what we now call accessibility, and it just seemed to make sense.
When Georgie Salmon was creating luxury accommodation along the Great Ocean Road, it was pushing her twins around in a pram that made her stop and think about accessibility.
It really opened my eyes to perhaps what other people might face every day, no matter what they're doing.
She sought guidance on how to make her accommodation as inclusive as possible and says more tourism businesses should give it a go.
If we could do things to make it better here, then why wouldn't we?
There's a lot of operators who just think this is just a little niche area. They are leaving money on the table. They're missing out.
In towns like Port Campbell, a whole-of-community approach to accessibility is giving holiday options to the millions of Australians who live with a disability.
To see others similar to myself out there in the sea and on the surfboards, and having a whale of a time.
Making a beach holiday a reality for those who need it most.
When Air Vanuatu entered voluntary liquidation in May 2024, the nation's business and tourism community hoped it would mark a new chapter for the embattled airline. Australian carriers entered the market, now dominating the tourism hotspot. But when it exited liquidation just a few months later in October, Air Vanuatu was handed back to the government, which has announced plans to restart international services. Now there are questions as to why Vanuatu's political figures are so intent on playing a role in the airline industry and want to reboot its failed airline. In Adelaide, thousands took part in a Survival Day rally in Victoria Square to highlight the impact of colonisation. Others made the most of the scorching summer weather, celebrating with a dip at the beach, while fireworks and performances will mark the occasion in Elder Park tonight.
A celebration of culture, country and language.
It's a way of starting in a very ceremonial way that honours our First Nations stories and our First Nations peoples.
In Adelaide's Elder Park, hundreds, including Premier Peter Malinauskas, took part in Mourning in the Morning, hearing from First Nations speakers and musicians. Aboriginal language worker Karina Lester spoke about the importance of keeping Indigenous languages alive and in moving forward in closing the gap.
It's important for us all Australians to get together and to hear the important issues that are happening for us, and closing the gap target is a big agenda for the nation.
In Victoria Square, thousands gathered for Adelaide's Survival Day rally, marching along King William Street.
I'm very proud. Once again, our communities and our state has rocked up for the right reasons.
We're here to unite and, be here for one another, support each other, because at the end of the day, you're all on Aboriginal land.
Organisers sharing a message, welcoming all.
Don't be scared to come out and support us, because we're actually good people. We've got good hearts. Our culture is based on acceptance, love, caring for everybody as well as the land and country.
Meanwhile, a love of surf and sand was on display at Glenelg, where many revellers made the most of the beach weather.
We just came down to spend Australia Day at the beach because it's an Australian thing to do.
We're here on Australia Day enjoying the sun.
The beautiful weather, the lovely beaches. It's just a beautiful day to celebrate Australia Day.
A day of celebration for some, a proud and passionate display of culture for many, and of quiet mourning and reflection for others.
And that ends our regional news. Sports is next. Stay tuned.
Meet the bank for everyone, everywhere. As People's Microbank, we were proud to be a bank for the people. Now as National Banking Corporation, we are bringing modern banking to all in Papua New Guinea. With more branches and our friendly staff ready to assist you in more places, we are making money matters simple and fair. So wherever you are, however you say it, say hello better banking. Learn more at nbcpng.com.pg.
In its first 10 years, the PNG LNG project has had a long-lasting impact, contributing more than 28 billion kina to the state of Papua New Guinea. Equity distributions are paid to KPHL and MRDC based on the interest they hold. Tax is paid to the IRC, while development levy and royalties are paid to DPE. For more information on direct and indirect benefits, visit PNG EITI's website.
This is a second day progress update for the works that has been carried out. We started 12 meters shutting the plant, emptied the clarifier, exposed all the infrastructure, surface, internal, that needs to be repaired, did an inspection assessment, then handed over to the contractor with the engineer. Currently they're uplifting the rake structure, aligning it properly, and also they've removed the gearbox and the motor and the upper layer of the mechanical components of the faulty gearbox, and now they're in the process of removing the faulty gear. At the rate we are going, we expect to complete it by the end of January. Just appeal to the customers to bear with us. The services are still flowing, but not to the full extent because of the repair works to the faulty clarifier. But we're doing our best to ration water so everybody in the city gets some water during this time. And hopefully the work will be completed soon and will restore full service.
Can everybody say Mbula?
Following the 2024 Pacific Break competition, we're celebrating the best musicians from across the region.
We are in for such a room treat tonight.
With a series of live performances from Fiji.
Y'all are amazing.
This week from Papua New Guinea, it's Danielle.
Oh, you wanna get that 10-day.
Pacific Break concert, Danielle.
Show custom.
That's what we do around here. Oh, that ain't no stock record no more. Are you liking it? Trying not to cry.
Texas Metal, Thursdays 8:30 on Turbo.
For Sam Darry, he's brought greater physicality to his game this year. Here now, into the corner. Oh, Tom, he scored.
Welcome back. Pice Whistle's sensational recent form continued on Saturday in Canberra, where he improved on his own 60-metre national record with a new time of 6.64 seconds. Whistle clocked a time of 6.61 seconds in the semi-final, but the following wind of 2.6 mph was just over the maximum allowed for record purposes.
Up against the top sprinters in Australia, Whistle was the fifth fastest qualifier in a field of 58 runners from the semi-finals and maintained this position in the final, where Lachlan Kennedy broke the Oceania area record with a time of 6.43 seconds after qualifying the previous record of 6.52 in the hits. Races over this distance are proving popular at this time, with athletes vying for selection for the World Indoor Championships, which will be held in Nanjing from March 21 to 23, and Whistle has established himself as a firm favourite for the one players available to PNG. Edwin Monagi was also in Canberra this weekend, where she ran the 100-metre hurdles in 13.96 seconds and clocked a personal best of 7.69 seconds for the 60-metre. The pair will be in Sydney on February 1st for the inaugural Australian Short Course Athletics Championships, where Whistle will run the 60-metre again and Monagi the 60-metre and 60-metre hurdles. Meanwhile, over in Albuquerque, New Mexico, Adolf Kaupa set a new PNG indoor national record in the 600-metre race with a time of 1 minute 19.56 seconds, just inside Emmanuel Wanga's time of 1 minute 19.87. In Colorado, Asila Apcope opened her 2025 season with a time of 7.62 seconds for 60-meter, and over the next few weeks will be hoping to improve on her personal best timing of 7.48 seconds. Fellow East Sepik sprinter Emmanuel Anis is also in good form, running 21.73 seconds for the 200-meter, just outside Wesley Logorava's 21.67 seconds national indoor record. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
The Dogs have claimed the 9th Premier League Trophy Championship after a tense grand final, while Jared Hayne returned to the rugby league scene.
The Dogs have claimed the 2025 9th Premier League trophy after a dramatic grand final win over the Salty Pigs, which included scuffles, sin bins, and a late, unlikely challenge from the eventual runners-up. The Dogs seemed destined to cruise to victory, holding a 12-0 lead with just over 2 minutes to go. But the Salty Pigs rallied late, scoring a try, which they converted, and pulling off an almighty 40-20 play to set up one final opportunity to level the scores. A fumble on the wing from the Salty Pigs, however, proved costly, handing the Dogs the trophy competition title. Tempers flared in the minutes before the Salty Pigs' late surge, when Ben Muskie, attempting a ball extra point try, was corralled over the dead ball line, sparking a stern response from the Dogs' opponents. The two teams then came to blows near the post, leading to a player from each, Muskie and Braden Musgrave, both sent off the field. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
Jared Hayne took to the field for the first time since 2018, featuring for United FC against Reborn in the trophy quarter-finals. Alongside Hayne, former NRL Guns Andrew and David Fifita, as well as Ben Baba, are representing United FC, who got through the first day of fixtures unbeaten. Hayne didn't feature on day one due to a hamstring injury and was on the field for a short period as his side beat Reborn 16 points to 10 with former NRL playmaker Blake Austin, scoring an impressive try. It was revealed on the coverage Hayne had re-injured his hamstring, making 2 tackles before he departed. Argentina claimed back-to-back titles in Western Australia. Los Pumas Sevens powered to glory on day 3 of the Perth Sevens. The South Americans put on an impressive displays to win the semi-final and final.
A first-half hat-trick to Marcos Montena helped Argentina down Spain 45 in the semi-final. Montena's finishing came with excellent vision and assist as his speed linked with boots of his teammates. Tobias Wade, Luciano Gonzalez and Augustin Faga also all scored tries against Los Leones. Moneta also scored first in the final half. His 4th-minute score came after a game of patience was won by the South Americans. After conceding a try, Australia needed to respond swiftly. However, Gonzalez scored from the restart. The signs were ominous for Australia. Gonzalez scored a second try while Santiago Alvarez also found his way over before Mateo Graziano produced magic to score a second-half hat-trick. Australia managed 1 try in what was a 41-4 scoreline, with Argentina lifting the trophy in Western Australia. The title at the Perth Sevens takes Argentina up to a 3-way tie for top spot in the standings for the 2024-2025 Rugby SVNS Series. After 3 rounds of the season, Los Pumas Sevens joined Spain and Fiji on 48 competition points. South Africa and France round out the top 5 on 44 and 40 points respectively. Uruguay are 10th on 12 points, while the USA are tied for bottom spot with Ireland on 5 points. Meanwhile, Australia edged out rivals New Zealand 2026 to claim the women's title. Terry Longwood, TVWAN Sports.
AFL great Neil Daniher has been named Australian of the Year for 2025. He has been recognised for his dedication to finding a cure for motor neuron disease, an illness he was diagnosed with more than a decade ago. A duo operating a social enterprise cafe, a young scientist and a man who has provided thousands of children with wheelchairs were also honoured.
An AFL legend, motor neuron disease campaigner, and now Australian of the Year. Neil Daniher has been a tireless advocate for finding a cure to the debilitating disease since his diagnosis in 2013.
It lit a fire within me, a determination to fight for those who are currently affected and those who will face it after me. I chose to fight because if I didn't, how could I expect anyone else to?
The former player and coach co-founded Fight M&D, which has raised and invested more than $115 million into medical research.
Our vision is simple, a world without M&D. Some may call it a dream, but I don't believe it's an impossible one.
Dad's always said that this is about those in the future. It was never about himself.
It was a night that celebrated extraordinary Australians. Brother Thomas Oliver Pickett named Senior Australian of the Year for his commitment to providing thousands of children around the world with life-changing wheelchairs. Dr. Katrina Ruck is the Young Australian of the Year. She's transforming lives in remote Indigenous communities with her groundbreaking research into ways of breaking down harmful chemicals, making water cleaner and safer.
This award is not just for me. It's for the young people daring to dream big, and the communities fighting for justice, and the elders who continue to keep the fire burning.
Vanessa Brettel and Hannah Costello were named Australia's local heroes. They run a social enterprise cafe in Canberra, employing women mostly from migrant and refugee backgrounds.
It's about providing opportunities, stability and hope to people who, just like us, just want a chance to make something of their lives.
All now making the most of the national spotlight.
We all have the power to choose to fight, to choose our attitude, to choose to smile, and to choose to do something. Because the mark of a person isn't what they say, it's what they do.
And that's all we have for sports. Next is the weather. Southern region, Port Moresby, cloudy with few showers and possible thunderstorms. Popondetta, mostly cloudy with few rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Momase, Ley, partly cloudy with chances of a brief showers. Banimo, mostly fine with few afternoon showers. New Guinea Islands, Kokopo and Rabaul and Buka, mostly fine then sunny. Kimbe, partly cloudy with some showers. Highlands, Mount Hagen, partly cloudy with chances of few light afternoon showers. Mendi, Tari and Wabeg, cloudy periods with rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Ocean forecast, Coral seas, slight with northeast to northwest winds of 10 to 15 knots. Solomon Sea, smooth to slight with northwest to northeast winds of 5 to 15 knots. Bismarck seas, smooth with northwest to northeast winds of 5 to 10 knots. Pacific Ocean, slight with northeast to easterly winds of 10 to 15 knots. And coastal waters, waters of southern PNG and Indonesian border to Daru, Kiwai Islands, Kerma and to Yule Island, Hood Point to Samari Island, Cape Vogel and Old Milne Bay Islands to Huon Gulf to Finchafen, seas 0.5 to 1.3 meters. Waters of Medang to Wewak, Vanimo and northern PNG and Indonesian border, and waters of Manus and its western group of islands, seas 0.5 to 1 meter. And that wraps up another edition of TV1 News. Thanks for your company. Pleasant evening. Bye for now.
TVWAN News was proudly brought to you by BSP, our bank, our people.